So let's just say, for the record, you're a street entrepreneur who knows men well. Would that be a fair way to say it?
Okay.
Did you grow up in a single parent home, a two parent household?
Single parent.
Any drama in the house?
Just like sisters fighting and stuff, arguing.
So tell me, any abuse, any of that type of stuff in the house?
Yeah, when I was younger, for a while, and then my dad's ex-girlfriend, and then she left the situation, the house.
Tell me a story of something that happened in the house that was that type of situation.
No, she was just really mean to us, beat us. And
Tell me an incident where it gets to the violent point of her. How old was she?
she was like 40,
And how old are you at the time?
like 5, 6.
So-
No, like 6. No, 6 or 7.
So tell me of an incident, your dad's gone, you guys get into it.
No, not get into it. She would just beat the hell out of us with ping pong paddles, hangers, and like whatever she could find. We were terrified of her.
Okay.
We were just kids.
So how old would you say you were when you get into the line of work?
No, I started at 13, really young, because I started doing that for a guy down the street at the marina. He would want me to, like, do things, touch me or eat my pussy, things like that, and I'd let him do it, but then he'd give me money, like $30, $20, here and there. I didn't even know that I was prostituting. I just was like, taking money for sexual favors, but I didn't know what it was.
And how old was he?
He was like 50.
So take me to that first time you go over there. He stays in your apartments, in your housing complex. What is?
No, he's a mechanic, a boat mechanic. He works on boats and stuff, so he works at the marina. He lives there.
So take me through the first time you go through the shop. You go to the shop. Take me through the story.
No, I just would go there sometimes, and he just would be a complete pervert. Try to touch me, try to get me to do things, and I wouldn't want to do it. And then finally I did it, and then I kept going back, and then he'd give me money and food and stuff.
And how much was it the first time that he gets you into it?
Like $20.
And was it a front door experience, back door experience? What's going on?
Just a trailer.
Back door experience?
Yeah.
So he was a back door guy.
Yeah.
So that was the first person you experienced the back door, or was it?
Yeah.
So how old would you say when you lose your virginity?
13.
13? Is it that dude? Is it
No, it's a different guy. Just a younger guy, like in his 20s.
a school dude, somebody you go to school with, somebody that's
No, just somebody I met on the street.
somebody you met on the streets?
Yeah.
So he was in his 20s?
Yeah, about 20s.
So do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have 3 kids.
3 kids? How old are you when the first?
My first kid, like 31.
31. So how was your high school years? Any bullying, any fighting in the high school?
No, it was good. There wasn't really anything like that.
No bullying?
No.
Just a good high school, just a
Yeah.
social good stuff?
Yeah. I just would leave school a lot and go smoke weed and drink instead of going to school.
How old are you when you get into party favors?
Like 11, 12.
Who was that first experience with?
My friends, we just smoked weed together. My sister's weed, we found it and smoked it.
It was with the sister in the house?
Yeah.
So
And we would just drink and smoke cigarettes and stuff.
tell me of the story when it steps up from weed to something else that's the party favor that you get into.
Well, I started doing crystal meth at a young age, like 13 years old, because the same guy that I lost my virginity to just offered me the crystal meth, so I started doing that.
So he was 20? You said this guy was 20?
Yeah, and I was 13.
And was he that's the guy that you're saying was the backdoor dude going through
No, that's a different guy.
That was a different dude? But that was around the 13 time
Yeah.
too? So when you get into your line of work, is it Are you take me through your turnout story? Is it from a pimp? Is it from your own doing?
It's
Is it
my own.
your
I
own?
started off dancing, like stripping, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, you were
Just
stripping.
dancing. Now I'm working the street as a prostitute. So.
What was? Take me through an experience in the club. Have you ever been homeless?
Yeah.
So, typically, when I interview girls, they tell me that it's hard for a female being homeless because you wake up with guys on you and all that type of stuff. Has that ever been your experience?
Well, I am homeless right now, but I sleep in a place like a really clean place. I don't have a lot of baggage. I'm not dirty. I shower every day. I don't bring a lot of stuff with me. I just go and lay down somewhere and then get up. I go and lay down by the lawyer's offices because it's clean down there, and it's hidden. It's hidden in a hidden spot, so nobody really messes with me.
Have you ever had any of them experiences where you wake up and a guy's on you or any of that type of stuff?
I mean, I did, but they saw me from the alleyway, but they weren't on me. They just came and asked me if I wanted a date. They were on their bike, so I said okay. I just did the blowjob for 40, and it was like he wasn't trying to come on to me. He was just asking me if I wanted anything.
And in your line of work, what's the most violent encounter that you've had in your line of work? Take me through that story.
Just when I went this with two different guys one time, and one of them was waiting for the other one, and he got kind of like violent. I don't know, he like peed in my purse at first. Because I went to go get my purse and it was all wet inside. I was like, what the fuck? My purse is wet and it's peed in there. And then after that, I got mad at him, and then there was like a garage thing, and they threw my purse over the garage, and then I went to go get it, and I cut my leg up on the gate, and yeah, they were just being aggressive and mean. So that was a bad experience.
Have you ever been through a domestic violence relationship?
Yeah.
How old are you at the time?
24.
And how old is the guy?
Like 30, 31.
Take me through a story of the first time he gets physically violent with you. Or a time that you could remember.
Well, we lived in San Francisco, and then one time we were just walking down the street. Out of nowhere, he's like, don't be lifting your skirt up, or don't be looking at people on the street. And then he just like slapped me really hard for no reason. And then after that, I started pushing him and hitting him back, and then it just got physical between us, back and forth.
So if we go back to your house, so at 13 is when you get on your hustle, let's say, when you start making money.
Yeah.
In the house at that point in time, what's the experience? When is your first experience of sexual abuse, or who in the house is the aggressor?
Nobody really in my house. Just like, I just would date guys outside of my house. But I would usually get like an allowance. At 13, I would get allowance for cleaning. So I would get like clean up in the house, get like $15, $20 allowance a week. And then the other money was like, because for messing around with a guy that he wanted me to do some sexual things, and he could give me money here and there. But I didn't know at the time that it was prostituting. I didn't know. I just was like accepting the money and the weed and stuff for sex, or not sex, but like doing things, touching, and he wanted to eat my pussy and things like that.
So you're 13. Take me through the experience of that first dude who's the backdoor guy. Take me through that guy. Who's that guy?
No, like I said, he's just an older guy at the marina, works at the marina. He would always try and touch me. He's a pervert, older pervert, older guy.
And that was the first backdoor?
Yeah.
The first backdoor guy?
Yeah.
And the crystal meth guy, what's the first dude you do the crystal meth with?
Yeah,
What was his?
First, we met in the car. We had sex in the car. I lost my virginity in the car. And then after that, we smoked crystal, and then he brought me back to his wife. And we did threesome.
Go through the threesome story with the wife. And how old are you at that time?
13.
And
I
go.
just smoked crystal meth with him, and then after that we did the threesome. I had sex with him and then with her at the same time. Me and the girl would go down on each other, and then we would take turns fucking the guy. And then after that, he wanted to just fuck my pussy, so she got jealous. She kind of got jealous about it.
Well, thank you, and have a good night.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's